There are places where shadows cling to stone, where the very air hums with forgotten whispers. James P. Middle School in Boston, Massachusetts was such a place. Its Gothic spires clawed at the sky, a monument to an age when education was a grim, imposing affair. Within its ancient walls, a chilling tale unfolded, a dark exploration of morality, of revenge, and of the monsters that lurk not just in the night, but within the human heart. At the heart of this darkness stood Miss Evelyn Thorne. She was the new literature teacher, a vision of unsettling beauty and poise. Her presence was a paradox, a delicate bloom in a decaying garden, yet beneath her flawless exterior, a monstrous secret coiled. Our story's reluctant investigator was Tommy Harper, a sharp-witted orphan with eyes that saw too much. Life had taught him to distrust, to question, and to survive. He was a boy haunted by his own past, yet destined to confront a horror far greater. Then there was Lucy Brennan, a kind, shy student, seemingly Miss Thorne's favorite. Her innocence was a fragile thing, soon to be shattered. Her disappearance would become the first tremor of the nightmare. Principal Garrick, a man of gruff demeanor and dismissive authority, presided over the school. He was a figure of stern indifference, yet his complicity in the unfolding horror would later be revealed, a testament to the insidious nature of evil. And finally, Miss Langley, the nervous janitor. Her hands trembled, her eyes darted, and her fear was a palpable thing. She was a reluctant witness, a repository of crucial clues, her quiet terror a constant warning. Miss Thorne's presence in the classroom was unsettling. Her voice, a low, melodic hum, could lull students into a false sense of security, yet an undercurrent of something off permeated her every word. It was a subtle discord, a note out of place in a symphony of normalcy. Tommy Harper felt it immediately, a prickle of unease, a cold certainty that something was profoundly wrong with Miss Thorne. His instincts, honed by a life of hardship, screamed a silent warning. Her habits were peculiar, almost ritualistic. She never ate lunch, a strange anomaly in a bustling school cafeteria. Instead, she would sip from a delicate teacup, its contents a mysterious, deep red liquid that seemed to shimmer in the light. Then, Lucy Brennan vanished. One day she was there, a quiet presence in the classroom, the next, an empty seat. Her sudden disappearance fueled Tommy's suspicions, transforming vague unease into a burning need for answers. Tommy began to observe Miss Thorne with a quiet intensity. He watched her in the cafeteria, her strange abstinence from food, a stark contrast to the ravenous appetites of the students. Her sips of the crimson tea seemed to sustain her in a way that defied understanding. Miss Langley, the janitor, became increasingly nervous around Tommy. Her eyes would meet his for a fleeting moment, filled with a desperate, unspoken plea. She seemed to be trying to warn him, her fear a heavy cloak around her. One afternoon, Miss Langley cornered Tommy in a deserted hallway. Her voice was a strained whisper as she revealed a horrifying detail. She had cleaned blood from Miss Thorne's desk, blood that smelled distinctly of pennies, of iron, and something ancient. Her trembling hand then produced a small, horrifying object, a bloody tooth found lodged in the classroom vent. It was a child's tooth, small and sharp. The sight of it confirmed Tommy's deepest fears, solidifying the monstrous truth he had only dared to imagine. The truth demanded action. Under the cloak of night, Tommy slipped back into the silent, echoing halls of the school. He moved like a phantom, driven by a desperate need to uncover the horror lurking beneath the veneer of education. He found his way to Miss Thorne's classroom, the air thick with an oppressive stillness. His gaze fell upon her desk, and with a surge of adrenaline, he discovered it, a hidden trapdoor, cleverly concealed beneath the worn wood. He descended into the darkness, a chilling, damp air enveloping him. The basement chamber was a nightmare made real. Candles flickered, casting dancing shadows on shelves lined with anatomy books and jars containing what could only be human parts. The stench of decay and something metallic hung heavy in the air. And there, in the flickering candlelight, he found her. Lucy Brennan, alive, but barely. She was imprisoned, her small body bearing the unmistakable marks of bites, deep and ragged, a testament to the unspeakable acts committed against her. His discovery was short-lived. A sudden, brutal blow from behind. Darkness. When he awoke, he was bound, strapped to a cold gurney in the gruesome basement chamber. The flickering candlelight revealed Miss Thorne, her face serene, yet her eyes held a predatory gleam. Her voice, once so lulling, now dripped with a chilling confession. She was a creature of the night, a predator. Her words were not a boast, but a statement of undeniable fact, a declaration of her true, monstrous nature. She offered a twisted justification for her actions. She preyed only on the rotten, the cruel, and the broken children. Her victims, she claimed, were not innocent, but deserving of their fate, their suffering a form of twisted justice. Then came the revelation of her past. She spoke of abuse, of being alone and starved, a victim herself. Her motives, she explained, were born from a deep-seated hunger, a need to consume the darkness she perceived in others, a perverse form of self-preservation. Miss Thorne then produced a leather-bound volume, her Twisted Journal. Its pages were filled with meticulous lists of children, their names accompanied by chilling notes on their misdeeds, their perceived flaws, their eventual fates. It was a ledger of her monstrous judgments, a sudden, heavy tread on the stairs. Principal Garrick. His unexpected arrival shattered the macabre tableau. His presence revealed his complicity, a dark deal struck with Miss Thorne, a pact forged in the shadows of the school. Garrick, however, had grown wary. Miss Thorne was drawing too much attention. He raised a shotgun, its cold steel glinting in the candlelight, intending to silence her, to bury the secret forever. But Tommy Harper was not broken. With a surge of desperate strength, he severed his ropes, a shard of bone from the gruesome collection on the shelves clutched in his hand. He lunged, a primal scream tearing from his throat, and with a sickening crunch, he killed Garrick. Miss Thorne watched, her eyes alight with a terrifying approval. Tommy's violent act, his decisive, brutal strike, cemented their new partnership. He had proven himself not broken, but something else entirely, something dark and capable. A new order had been forged in the blood-soaked basement. Miss Thorne and Tommy, bound by a shared secret, continued their gruesome work. Garrick's severed head, a grim trophy, was left as a silent testament to their power. Above, the students remained blissfully unaware of the horrors that festered beneath their feet, the ancient school now a silent tomb for the unwary, a hunting ground for the monstrous.